Hey my friends, what is going on today? Jake Andrews here with Blues Rock Guitar Lessons. And I have got a classic instrumental for you today, Cissy Strut. Everybody knows Cissy Strut. This song has been covered and played and replayed millions of times. But I wanted to show you the way I've always played it. And I think you're going to get a lot of cool ideas out of this lesson. Now, Cissy Strut by the Meters, the classic early funk New Orleans group. The Meters, which was Art Neville on vocals and keys, Leo Nocentelli on guitar, Zigaboo Modeliste on drums, and George Porter Jr. on that bass. Badass early funk, and especially that New Orleans funk sound. And Cissy Strut came out in 1969. It was in the top 40 R&B charts back then. And it really became a legendary classic instrumental for bands to play. Blues, funk bands back then, and still to this day. Now, a funny story I read in an interview with Leo Nocentelli, how he came up with this riff. Back in the early days of the group, before they were even calling themselves the Meters, he said they would always kick off with this song, which I taught recently, called Hold It, Bill Doggett song, a great instrumental. He said they would kick off the set, and he said every band around would play that song to kick off their show. And he said, man, I got so tired of playing that song that I wanted to come up with something else for us to do. So he came up with this riff. And that's really how they got started with their instrumental funk songs that they became known for. So that's the history of the song, the history of the group. Y'all check out all of the Meters material if you haven't before. And I think you're really going to love Leo Nocentelli's guitar playing. It's so cool, that really sparse funk New Orleans guitar sound. All right, y'all come in here close and let me show you what I was playing. All right, here we are, Cissy Strut in the key of C. So here is our C up here and our first position minor pentatonic. Okay, but we are going to be working off of this C right here on the A string. That's like an open C chord. Now put your pinky down on the third string, and we got ourselves a good looking C7. Seventh chords, that's what we use in blues and funk and rock and roll. And so we're going to be using this shape a lot. We also going to be using this ninth chord shape, the C9. That's the James Brown. That's the Jimmy Nolan. That's the funk mother lode right there. Okay, so get used to both those shapes. Now, actually where this riff is up on the front side of that chord. And actually where we are is the fourth box down low for the key of C, the fourth minor pentatonic box. So if I'm playing my first pattern, right behind here is my fifth pattern. And right behind that is this fourth box down low. And then of course behind that, my third box where that C7 shape lands. Open. But there's my root note. So we're playing up in this fourth box. And without further ado, here is the riff. 2, 3, 4. That's our first main section. There's really only two main sections. This verse riff and then kind of the chorus part that answers it. So starting here on the third string, my ring finger, and I'm going to pull it off. Go up to the fourth string. And then I got to reach out here on my pinky and go. And I'm going to give a slight little bend there. Now you notice those notes and actually the shape of it is actually the exact same if I was in my first box on these strings. Same thing here. Don't forget that little bend. Give that little funky sound. So now this is how I've always played it. Now we can also do it like this. Up on the low strings right here. Either way works. Because that's quick, you're going to want to alternate that. Especially that. I like to get it open because I like to jump back here and catch that 7th chord. Okay? Or either way works. And at that point, we're going to B flat down to a 7. I mean, down to the F. Okay? And what that is the flat 7 down to the 4. Now, it's all in the shape how we do it, y'all, because we are getting this little major triad right here. And then we're going to get the D shape for F right there. So they're right next to each other. Once again, you're probably going to want to alternate this. Da 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 da. Okay? And that's how we do it. We throw that 7th chord in between. Check it out. 4 rounds of this. 2, 3, 4. So that's the first section. You can throw some different variations in there like you saw a few times. Instead of my B flat here, I came up and grabbed it here with that same D shape, right? And then I brought it back here to F. You could also throw the 9th chord in there. Anything like that, but that's the basic feel of it, and that's the basic riff. Now, part 2, we move into the section that really answers that, okay? So after 4 rounds of what I just played, I'm going to finish it up with one more here. And into our new part. Yeah. And then we go back to our first section. So check out what we're doing here. Right in that same position, similar notes, and it's all pull-offs. So I'm on this root note, pull off, and then fall right back down. That's how I play it. Break, and then we answer it. Up on the low root note, okay? It's all about the funk, the feel, the phrasing, y'all. Check it out. Okay, now at this point, I like to throw the harmony note in there. So I'm going to play this double stop here. Same thing, I'm just doubling up here. I'm not doubling up on these notes, just the 3rd and 2nd. And I usually do that for the 2nd half, the 3rd and 4th times. All right, so in between there, we want to hit that funk chord. Either the 9, we could hit the 7, the 9 here. We could We could really do anything that sounds good and funky. We could hit a 6 right here, which is like a C with our pinky on the 2nd string. We could do that move, and we could hit this chord right here. One of my favorites, the hideaway chord. And see, we got there the 7, the 9, the 3, and the 1. That's a great chord, hideaway chord. It's always on the back side of our 1st position. Okay, so any of those sound great there, or any little partial 7th chord sounds great. We just want to keep it funky, y'all. So let's play this section and I'll throw in a few of those voicings. A 2, 3, 4. Double stops. Back to the 1st section. Okay, and now we repeat the other section again, all the way through. Play along, y'all. Woo! Ain't it funky now? Now we just grooving, okay? That's the solo. So Leo Nocentelli, he's just on that 9th, a real sparse. So see how I'm playing that 9th chord, lay that ring finger down. Mainly we're just working between the root and these last 3. And it's all about being real sparse, just kind of floating in there, okay? We don't want to overdo it on this chord, but. And you'll actually hear him doing that, almost partially muted on that. We can get some of those slides, and it's all in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So see how I'm emphasizing that low root on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, okay? And we could use any other chord as well, a 7th, anything we want. And then what I did, as far as lead, I just came up here, and I'm just playing some funky stuff, some kind of, you can think in terms of major and minor stuff. Okay, especially get that, throw that major 3rd in there to get those notes of the 7th chord. And just play your blues licks, but just try to cop that funky sound. Throw in some double stops. And move around wherever you want. Especially get that combination of the 7th chord note. Okay, so that's how I would solo. It's all about the feel. You just got to kind of get into that. Finally, we're going to take it back into this section. And then I'll take it back to the head. What you say? And then you could just end it on the, okay, end it real tight like that, because of course the original fades out. There you go, my friends. Have fun with that one. Put on the original track, play along, put on a backing track and play along, and you might want to also just practice playing lead over the top as well to get that funky feel into your lead playing. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. What a fun song to play. Everybody needs to know how to play Cissy Strut, and a great introduction to that New Orleans funk sound. So jam on this. You can look up the backing track, play along with it, play along with the original track, and definitely check out the Meter's other material as well. Get into some of that. All right, y'all, go ahead and leave me a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you can get an email from me every time I put out a new video. And if you're interested, hit me up for private one-on-one Zoom lessons. And I will see you guys so soon. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. God bless.